and a person who has a history of being an independent thinker. I do what's right and I take care of the needs of the community. And that is something that, one thing that is common for every group that I've talked to, and that's the desire for peace. How do we get there? How do we keep people at the table so that we can have the diplomacy that's needed for us to get to peace? We all have the right to defend ourselves as a country and as a people. And that is something that I will be very comfortable having that conversation with the Palestinians, with the Muslims, with Jews, with Congress, is that how do we get there? And you know, as a mayor, I don't get tied up in partisan debates. If there's a pothole, I have to fix it. And so that's what sets me apart. I'm not a legislator, you know, I passed a bill and the Democrats voted, they didn't vote. How do I get us to where we need to go? And the purpose that I am going to Congress for is to represent the 14th District, and on a global level, how do we continue the process of getting to peace so we do not have terrorists attacking countries? And if it's a terrorist country, you can be upset if you want. It's not acceptable. And we must protect our allies, our friends. We need to keep them close because this is a global issue now of fighting terrorism. And we can't do it alone. Thank you.
Mr. Hobbs. I've enjoyed a great relationship with the Jewish community. You know, I've been to Israel twice. I have, you know, worked for Congressman Sandy Levin, been supported by U.S. Senator Carl Levin and Sandy. Have a great relationship. So what would guide me are a couple principles, really. Number one, that Israel has a right to defend herself. I absolutely 100% believe that. When I put that public statement out, you know, I received emails, I received phone calls from people who, from individuals who disagreed with me, regardless if they were Muslim or not. You know, but I told them, what would you do if someone was tossing bombs and missiles over your borders? You will protect yourself, and Israel has the same right. So what will guide me in the conversation? And it is a difficult conversation. It's not an easy conversation, it's difficult. But what will guide me is the relationships that I have built in this community. But I also believe in bringing leaders together so that we can have conversations, so that we can discuss what these issues are, so that we can live back here at home in harmony, in peace, and so that we can encourage those in the Middle East and encourage our leaders to seek a peaceful solution to all our conflicts. Thank you.
Mr. Clarke. This is very simple, and my wife understands the answer to this question sitting right there, because she held the Bible for me when I was sworn into Congress. You know what the oath was all about? The oath is that by becoming a member of Congress, I had the duty under God and under the Constitution of the United States to protect the American people from any harm, under any circumstance, regardless of the consequences. That's it. The U.S. and Israel have an extraordinary relationship. Minutes after the Jewish state of Israel was reestablished on May 14, 1948, President Truman recognized Israel. Israel is a strong, progressive democracy in Western tradition. Its Declaration of Independence provides equal social and political rights to everyone. I understand about multiculturalism. I'm a multicultural guy. My father was Muslim. My mother was African Methodist Episcopal. My mother-in-law is a devout atheist. Her adopted father, David Leonard Cohen, was from what? A Jewish family. I respect points of view, but my job is to uphold the Constitution of the United States. While I'm asking you for your vote, I'm not trying to win a popular opinion poll here. I've got to stand with the United States, and standing with the U.S. means standing with our one and only key ally in the Middle East,
Okay.
the state of Israel.
I'm going to follow up, and I'm going to give you the first answer to this, because you said you'll take the heat. There will be times, if you're elected, that you may disagree with either the president and or the party leadership. How do you see yourself expressing that disagreement to the president or to the party? How can you be effective as an advocate for your position and still be a working partner with the White House and or the party?
Sure. I just want to be clear, is that my job is what my title will be, what it used to be. It's U.S. representative. I'm not representative of the White House. I'm not representative of the Democratic Party. I'm representative of the citizens of the United States. That's who I hold my allegiance to. That's who I'm accountable for. So the way that I'm effective is by representing people. And what I do is I represent issues regardless of the partisan cast to them. I am the author, the sponsor, the leader on a bill to eliminate the capital gains tax for the city of Detroit and other distressed cities. I had some of the most conservative Republicans in the House co-sponsor this bill to only help Detroit. I had to change the debate away from the federal debt to student loan debt, and the way I did that, I went directly to the American people. When over 1 million people say to support my bill, the president and the Congress, they had to listen because they're smart politicians. They're not going to go against public opinion. So this is very easy. I listen to the people, and I represent them, and then I work to inspire a movement, a national movement. That's what we've got to do regarding Israel. That's what we have to do regarding isolating Hamas. That's what we have to do in order to stop Iran. We've got to organize and educate and inspire the national public so they understand what's at stake, their very livelihood.
Thank you. Ms. Lawrence?
Can you please repeat the question?
Yes. At times you will be